What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and this is Ultrazilla Live. I am sorry for the 1 minute delay. We're having a couple of technical difficulties on the backside here. On the backside. Oh no, that's wrong. But this is an NYCC New York Comic Con weekend, and there's no New York Comic Con right now, which stinks, honestly. But one of the things that I do every year for Comic-Con since I've started Ultrazilla was stop by my pal's booth, Muteki Sales, a great retailer. You guys, that follow the channel, should know that I've been talking about Muteki Sales for years. I always do haul videos from stuff I buy from them, and as well as the bigger community. They were a sponsor of Cyber Kaiju, I don't know if any of you guys, took advantage of that, but there was 10% off at Muteki Sales during the Cyber Kaiju event. And I hope we continue that relationship as Cyber Kaiju goes forward. But one of the things I do every NYCC is I stop by the Muteki Sales booth, and you guys should notice that I always do a product walkthrough, what they have for sale, this particular year at NYCC. But in lieu of that, I decided to bring in my pal Raymond Louie.
How you doing there, Sal?
From Muteki Sales here on Ultrazilla Live to talk to you guys about collecting, Muteki Sales, NYCC, maybe commiserate about the Yankees a little bit. And all of that. So Ray, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Sucks. No NYCC this year.
I mean, this would have been 15 years straight. It feels weird. Yeah, I mean, we've been there since the beginning. We were the first people to bring Gundam back. People, I don't know, somehow lost track of Gundam. And when we brought it back, people were like, whoa, Gundam still exists. I'm like, yeah, it hasn't stopped.
Never stopped.
Never stopped. And then all of a sudden, it was just 15 years passed by. I'm like, this is the first time. I was collecting all the lanyards every year. And I'm just like, I don't have one this year. It's sad.
It is sad, it was very weird, but I mean, anybody that's followed what's been going on knew it was definitely not happening. Unfortunately, they, when they sent the, for myself, I get a pro badge for being in the comic industry. They sent me the application. I'm like, are you guys kidding? You guys actually think there's going to be in the middle of a pandemic where these things don't last a minute? You think there's going to be an NYCC that you're going to try to charge me $70 or whatever the pro badge is for the weekend? I don't know what you guys went through. Maybe you could explain that a little bit. Did they do you guys renew right away or?
Yeah, we do. We renew on the Sunday that the show's over. We go to the office, we fill out all the paperwork, and then we're like, yeah, see you next year. We've been at the same location, which is 3024 for the last 9-10 years. So we come back every year all the time, and then this time they were like, well, we don't know what to do with your money. I'm like, you're not having it, just say it. And they didn't tell us until last month.
Really? They waited that long? Oh, I guess when they said there was not going to be one, that's when you guys found out, I guess.
Right. And then we're just kind of we'll just transfer the money for next year. They asked us if we wanted to do the metaverse.
Oh, right.
The online thing. And when you're selling product, people want to see it. People want,
it's what's the point? Your presence is always going to be online anyway.
Correct.
You have a presence online. So it's why do you need that extra?
Right. And I don't think I would reach anybody who would be like, oh, I could never get this online before. Now I need to. I mean, there's certain things that you get specials and mail-aways or something that the other vendors, larger vendors can do.
Right.
But it's with us, we're online 24/7.
Right.
So it's like it's not like, oh, we need to go to this metaverse to get this particular item.
Right.
So it wasn't worth it for us. So we're gonna try it again next year.
That's good. At least you don't have to worry about your payment for next year. It's all like you're good, and if anything, if anything happens for next year, then we'll see. But real quick, I want to shout out some people that are in the chat right now. We got Darren Gill. We got some guy named David Louie. I don't know who that is.
Just some guy who might be my brother.
I don't know. Imposter maybe. We got Ghost Tab. We got Super Mario Zilla, who always goes to NYCC actually. So Mario Zilla, have you ever been to the Muteki Sales booth? I know he's always online for all his exclusives, so maybe not. Those lines last a long time. We got Godzilla 2022. We got MC Reviews. We got Amir Fallon, and we got Willie Trombone D1. So some folks there. Hello to everyone.
Hi, Dave.
Let's see. Ghost says Ray's wall looks how I feel, full of guns.
This is just the basement. I've got like way more stuff upstairs that's like to the ceiling. Like you see, like how over here it's like it's already up to the ceiling. Just imagine 3 walls all up to the ceiling. Gundams, Kamen Rider, everything.
So is this like your stuff or like the excess stuff for Muteki?
Oh no, this is me.
This is just your stuff.
This is just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just me. Muteki actually has a warehouse, which you've seen. Yeah, and that's where all of the stuff we sell goes. But then, like if I get 20 of something, I'm like, well, I want 1, 2. Mm-hmm. And that's what all this is. But this is, I have my own personal storage space all stacked up to the brim.
Wow.
I've been collecting since 1974.
Wow, yeah, that's a year more than I've been alive.
I wish some of the stuff was still minty, but
yeah, it's okay. Some more people just entered the chat. So Toku Texas Cosplay, David Lenshin, Russell Emarino. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Super Mario Zilla says he thinks. I'm just gonna pop it up here. I think I have once or twice, but never noticed. It's hard to see the names sometimes. You'll know. Yeah. Next time you will be paying attention. So
yeah, thanks.
You should. A lot of good stuff. That his name.
Ben is sometimes blocked.
Is Vinny? If I say Vinny again.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the banner is blocked or whatever. My brother's right. The house is built on toys. He's right.
Right. I know how that is as well.
Yes, you do.
Like this here, which is like every wall around me.
Mm-hmm.
That back door you barely could open because it's full of boxes, and then out in front of this little studio here is like even more boxes of stuff. So yeah, it is what it is. So you started collecting quite a while ago. Tell some of the folks here, what are some of the main things you like to collect yourself? Personally?
Wow. I pretty much collect almost every major thing when it comes down to Japanese toys. I collect the SH figure arts for the Kamen Rider. I collect Chogokin, Soul of Chogokin, and a lot of the old vintage stuff. Mm-hmm. I collect master grade, perfect grade, and real grade Gundam. I get them all. I don't collect high grade just because high grade is kind of easy to build. I need something more challenging. I collect.
Huh? Not easy for me.
It's not bad. My little niece is beginning to she mastered entry grade like super fast, and now she's on high grade.
That's really like the entry grade stuff is like super ridiculously easy.
Easy.
Yeah. Like Ultrazilla Jr. did that Doraemon kit that I could see.
That's right.
There. Yeah. So he basically did it himself. It was really, really easy. Really.
You could do a high grade. Trust me.
Oh no, I've done like super mini plot stuff and a couple of high grade stuff. So
it's about the same thing. Yeah, I collect high end Kamen Rider belts, like the studio stuff. the belts that are like $500-600 each.
Wow. Do you have to import that separately? Like you have to get that separately?
Yeah, a lot of that, the high end stuff like that, I get from Japanese dealers that I know.
Right, sure.
Sometimes they'll even go like I know a few that'll go to conventions for me to get stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so there's certain things I can get. Mailaways. What else do I collect? Pretty much. Oddly, I own out of Transformers. All I really get is Optimus Prime.
I mostly get Optimus Prime stuff. Texas Cosplay has a question for you. The CSM?
Yes, the CSM Kamen Rider belts. That is, I collected both. We collect and sell the CSM belts, and we used to sell the complete selection, which was the series prior to that, which was even more high end. The CSM belts obviously are refurbished ones of the kids belts, for adult sizes. But I used to also sell and collect, and I also collect the complete selection, which was like more die cast. It was more high grade.
Wow.
Like a level up on it.
Nice.
I like the kids belts too, but I can't fit them. They become like a headband. Too many sodas and too many pizzas won't help me wear Kamen Rider belts that are not adult sized.
What about some kaiju stuff?
That's a big thing. As a kid, I used to collect a lot of the Bullmark,
yeah, sure,
vinyls, but I used to like throw them in the bath and play with them and shit. They're probably worth billions of dollars now, but I damaged all. So, but what I do is like I'm really big on the SH Monster Arts Godzillas,
which you can get at Muteki Sales.
Yes, that you can buy at Muteki Sales. We get that. I have a lot of high end. I got this. You can't see it, unfortunately, but it's like a really super humongous remote control Godzillas. We sold those for a while, but they were so expensive that it wasn't really cost effective.
Sure,
to sell them. I like a lot of the classic Ultraman villains, like you see a Baltan Seijin or Red King, it's mine.
Yeah.
The Gomora types, a lot of the weird ones I'm not really into. I like Ultraman a lot. Big fan of that.
I just, if you could see on my desk, I have the Ultra Brothers set up. It's hard to see right now, but I just finished the Ultraman Ace review today.
Oh, so good.
It's going to go up sometime this week, maybe a little bit later in the week, because I have a lot of reviews already done. But I finished that up today. Pretty nice figure. Bought that at Muteki Sales. So
yep, we still have that.
If you guys need Ultraman Ace, I put the link there in the chat. So
cool, thank you. Yeah.
Russell says thinks we're all guilty in the Optimus Prime figures. Yeah, I mean, nothing's gonna stand in our way. Not tonight when it comes to Optimus Prime.
Yeah, it could be like something super little all the way to something super. If it's Optimus Prime, I buy him.
Yeah, Optimus Prime is definitely my jam when it comes to Transformers. I do get a lot of other ones too, but Optimus Prime,
yes, you do.
It's tough. But I don't get it as much as I did. But yeah, Ghost Tav has a question here. Thoughts on the SSS Dyna Zenon teaser? Was okay, but SSS Gridman was incredible from beginning to end. I thought the teaser, they chose the wrong music for. I don't know if you saw that, Ray.
Yeah, I did.
It's like the teaser didn't. Yeah, it doesn't have the energy of the Gridman show, of the SSS Gridman show. But it's the first teaser. I'm not gonna, it's gonna be like whatever. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot better than what we saw there. I'll be very curious to see how it connects. But
yeah, I love Gridman. I thought Gridman was great. I mean, we sell Gridman stuff on the site, and I was a huge fan of the Tokusatsu series. Loved it. I bought every figure, but I missed the Dino Cannon, the one that turned him into King Gridman. The old Takara piece.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like a gajillion bucks.
Yeah, I would love to get some of those old pieces for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I love Gridman.
David said, please ask if Muteki is excited about the new Perfect Grade Unleashed.
Absolutely. That thing is a beauty. I mean, 90 points of articulation. It's got all the
David, you tweeted me about that. I didn't even, I've been getting buried on Twitter by some comic reviewers that keep posting like their reviews and tagging me over and over again. And all my tweets are like all my mentions or whatever notifications are again like slid down. So David, apologies. I never even got to check that out because I saw the notification on my phone, and then when I went to check, it was buried under God knows how many stupid tweets. I mean, I'm happy when people mention the lettering, in their reviews, but at the same time, it's just like I only need that to be mentioned once, not a million times. But tell me more about the Perfect Grade because I really
I mean, the original Perfect Grade Gundam came out like almost probably even a decade ago. And at that time, Perfect Grade is still the top piece. I mean, there's so many pieces. There's thousands of pieces to build. But this is, an upgrade. New technology has made the kit even more flexible, more movable. The LED lights slots are easier to have. Muteki Sales will definitely be getting that. I am thrilled beyond belief that it looks exactly like the one that's moving in Yokohama, which is.
Oh my God! How amazing is that?
That it's only maybe 10 minutes away from my place in Yokohama.
Wow!
I would love to go see that, but it looks, it's got the design that matches the Yokohama place, so that's awesome.
Ghost Tab says, I'm about to buy some Gundam goodness in Muteki Sales. Any codes before hitting the checkout button?
I haven't made any codes right now, so unfortunately, sorry about that.
Sorry about that, but appreciate the support. That's really cool.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Definitely.
Let's see. Some people are telling us what they collect. Mostly collect Transformers, Godzilla, and Jurassic Park, Jurassic World figures. That's very cool. Actually, you're gonna see a new Jurassic World review this week from Takara Tomy. This is the little baby Bumpy. Oh, and I just fell down. But this is a little tiny Takara Tomy import.
That's cool.
Little Bumpy. Cool. And it comes with the bigger Ankylosaurus. I did this review, and that debuts this week as well. So if anybody, all you Jurassic Park fans. Super Marizilla says, I want to start collecting Transformers. I have my eye on some of the Masterpiece figures, except Optimus. I'm not spending $450 on that. Yeah, the new MP44. You know what? Honestly, Vinny, I'm totally out on Masterpiece. I think the main line has gotten so good that I have no interest in spending a ton of money on the Masterpiece stuff. And I mean, especially with the reveals they had at PulseCon a couple of weeks ago, with the Beast Wars stuff, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So somebody has a question for me. Willie Trombone says, what are your thoughts on the Bigfoot Bill comics? Have you even heard of them? No, I have not. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Please explain more in the chat, and maybe we will pop it up. So let's see. But what you were saying about the kaiju. So right now you're only kind of collecting the Monster Art stuff.
Yeah,
I remember we talked maybe, I don't know if it was last year at Toy Fair or the year before that about possibly starting to get X Plus stuff.
Yeah, that has always been like a start and stop for us. We're trying to find a better deal.
Gotcha. To bring them in.
X Plus, yeah, to bring them
make it make sense because they are
right.
Expensive.
Right, they're expensive. They're very specific. Like fans who love them.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to appeal to them, but we also have to make sure that when we import it, it's worth the time, and we also want to make sure that it's cheaper so that we pass the savings on to the customers. If we get them for like $1,000 a piece, I mean, come on, that's wholesale. That's not cool. Yeah, I want to make sure. Yeah, but the X Pluses has always been on the forefront of my mind on that.
No, I hear you, man.
Yeah, just always trying to save people some money. I mean, that's basically why we don't have a full store. I'm trying to pass savings on to people.
Yeah, no, that's something you guys have always been really good at. I mean, like, whenever you check, you could see it right in your shop, but like when you go to like NYCC or any of the other shows you guys might have been at, you could always see that like your prices are, across the board very, very good. So that's excellent.
Yeah, thank you. Part of that is because, as a collector myself, as a kid, I was blowing allowance and work money, and I'm just kind of like, that's not cool. Other collectors are just like me, and just like you, just like me. We want to make sure that we get a full collection, and we don't want to spend so much money that we can't eat or
yeah, I hear you.
or live our lives. We have bills to pay, we have things to do, and without having a full store or having tons and tons of employees, why am I overcharging people? It's not cool. You're a collector, I'm a collector. Let's help each other.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
there you go. Okay.
You see me? Okay, yeah, that was weird. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was like a weird.
Maybe something on StreamYard then.
Yeah, it was like a weird stop.
Yeah, I thought we were about to get booted off here, but we're still here. So.
Yep.
All right. So tell us more about. So tell us how the store got started. How'd you guys start up?
Always the most blunderous thing you can do, because I went to Japan with my friends, and they had never been to Japan before. I took them around. I went to all the big toy stores and everything, and then they were like, you know what? Why don't we do this? They were big Ultraman fans. They were big, Godzilla, Gundam fans. So we decided to open the store, but we opened online. We never had any intentions of opening up a full store. We discussed it and never did. But we opened up during the financial crisis of 2006. So that was that's kind of counterproductive. You don't open stuff when there's a financial problem. Right. So we opened it up, and then we said we need to try a show. So rather than going to like a small show, we said, hey, there's something called New York Comic Con coming up. So let's do this. So like when people say, oh, when you start a business, you dip your toe in the water, we just jumped into the ocean.
Wow. So New York Comic Con was your first show?
Yes.
Wow.
New York Comic Con was our very first show. We just kind of went, it's in New York. Let's do it.
Wow.
We had bought a little bit of inventory, but people were like hungry for Gundam, and people would other vendors that were there at the time, they were like, no one buys Gundam. No one cares about Gundam. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. No one cared about Gundams because you overpriced them. So then when we brought back, we started bringing in Gundams and, and had comparable, slightly, average to slightly lower prices, the business began to pick up. And then we started to, we noticed that Americans knew about Kamen Rider, and they knew about Ultraman. They knew obviously about Super Sentai through
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Right. But, a lot of them had not realized at that time that Power Rangers was not originally American.
Sure.
And so there was all these toys, we were getting into mechas. We had all the Ultra, and people started to realize, like, hey, there's a market for them. And then, like, as the shows went on during the years, our other booths started to get similar items that we did. So, but we've always been, we've always kept our prices fairly reasonable. There's no quote unquote employees, just the two owners. And Mike Holler, my executive VP, and we've gone to Toy Fair, and kind of just do our thing, and just like we've always tried to be very fan friendly. I mean, like yourself, right? You started out buying stuff from us, and now we're friends. We're good friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, and if you guys don't know, I've explained it maybe once or twice, but it's a really interesting story how me and Ray met. It's because, and here's what happened. If you guys want to hear story time with Ultrazilla, I was looking for the SH Monster Arts Biollante at the time. Sold out everywhere and already started popping up on the aftermarket for way more. Somebody in where was it? The Toho Kingdom forums said, hey, anybody ever heard of Muteki Sales? They appear to have a Biollante in stock. Everybody was just like, no, never heard of them. I don't know if we could trust them. What if you get screwed, this or that? So I was like, let me do some research here. I was like, I looked into Muteki Sales and I found out Muteki Sales based in Queens. I'm like, I'm in Brooklyn. I work in Manhattan. Maybe. Well, I wrote them and Ray answered back, like, hey, I was looking for this. And actually, you know what? Actually, I forgot a thing that happened. I actually was like, when I saw that, I went to check out. And if you recall, I had a problem checking out. Some like error message came up.
Right. There was
and that's why I emailed you actually, because I was like, hey, I'm getting this error message. Do you have this? And then we just set it up. I was just like, hey, I work in Manhattan. Maybe we could set up like, a meet to pick it up. And when I told him where to go, Ray was like, you don't happen to work for DC, do you?
That's right.
I did. I worked for DC Comics at the time. And Ray's a big fan of DC Comics. So it actually, it was like, it worked out right away,
Right. The synergy we had was fantastic.
Yeah, very, very cool. And after I left, my first 2 years at Toy Fair were through DC and actually Diamond because DC would go through Diamond. And to this day, whenever you go to Toy Fair, although now DC Direct doesn't exist anymore,
no.
Unfortunately, but every year DC Direct's booth is inside of Diamond's bigger booth. So Diamond makes all the arrangements, actually. And that's why when I worked at DC, I got it into Toy Fair through Diamond, through DC. It was very, very strange.
Yeah, it was just like go through it.
But then like DC went to the West Coast and I went freelance, and it was because of Ray and Muteki Sales that I've been going to Toy Fair ever since. So I thank you in public here, right? Where you're here.
You're very welcome. Always welcome.
Hey, and David said, don't forget me, the VP of Marketing and
Promotions. My brother is the Vice President of Marketing and Promotions. He handles all of our photos, and he handles all of the Instagram. Yep. And
great job on the Instagram, man.
My brother has been an invaluable help. Invaluable. And then my niece is the unofficial spokesmodel for all the stuff.
I hear you. Oh, so okay. Willie Trombone explained what Bigfoot Bill is. It's a newer series created by the same person that made Earthworm Jim. Same level of craziness of all the creation of Doug Temple. Okay, 10 April. Yeah, that's very cool. I'm glad you're digging it.
Yep.
Russell Marino has the entire SH Monster Arts Godzilla figures, including Ghidorah, but it seems like SH has a lot of hit and miss figures. You know what? When you think about it, Russell, every line is like that. Like I know SH Monster Arts catches a lot of flack, but like even like more expensive lines like X Plus or like even Soul of Chogokin. I've had some problems with Soul of Chogokin, like the MMPR Megazord. It's not a good Soul of Chogokin. So it's a loose mess in my opinion. So there's every line is gonna have pieces that are not good. So I still love SH Monster Arts. I'm still gonna be getting them. I'm gonna be getting the upcoming, well, actually out now, the first one, Monster Hunter.
The Monster Hunter.
So I'm gonna be getting that as well, but I'm waiting on that one. So Toku, Texas, Japan is a toy fantasy land. I can imagine. He was there for 2 full weeks last year, and it was absolutely wonderful. Congratulations. I really, really, really want to go. Sumarizilla, bookmark your store. He'll definitely give you some business.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you guys buy anything from stores in the U.S., support good folks like Ray here and Muteki Sales, because, you're going to get the same level of service and more. So that, highly recommend. David says a lot of collectors are a bit intimidated with Gundam kits. Hit up a high grade and then give a try to up to a master grade. You know what I have? I do have a high grade. I have the high grade Ghost Soarer that I still didn't build. I've been waiting. Yeah, I've been waiting to see if I want to get more of that series, but I haven't had a chance to build it yet. So
we'll see what you feel about the Godzilla, because then there's the Magnazaura and the Gigazaura or whatever.
Yeah.
There's definitely building a kit is really fun. It's creative. It actually relaxes me from
I was gonna do a kit this weekend, but today I kind of got caught up doing a bunch of other stuff. Because for the first time in my life, I actually have a little stack of kits that I have to build. It is what it is. No.
I have tons of kits I haven't built. Trust me. Tons.
Yeah, it just happens. I mean, I have tons of toys I still have to open and review and all that good stuff. One thing I know, and this is, folks, if you're missing pieces of this, you could get this at Muteki Sales too. Is the Lightning Collection. You've been getting those. I just got in the PulseCon exclusive Lord Draken set.
Right.
It is incredible. I barely want to take it out of the package. They set it up really, really nice in there. But I haven't read the comic it's from, so I don't know. I bought it because it's a Tommy figure.
It's part of the collection.
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting everything in the collection, but it's part of the MMPR overall lore now, I guess. It is.
Yeah. I think every series so far that we have gotten has at least one MMPR.
Yeah, it's gonna run out soon.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's about it, right? I think we got
Ranger and the regular Green Ranger, right?
We've just had the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
Right, and that wasn't. Yeah. He's like he's right here. See?
Oh, you got him.
Yeah. Just got him in just a day or so ago.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you have him last week when I was there?
No. They came in like yesterday.
Yeah,
they just came in. That's why I was just like, oh man, I knew you were asking for them.
Yeah,
you're right.
I knew. I was like, I knew it had to be coming in a certain right around now.
Yeah, it just get like I said, there's a lot of we still have a lot of the previous ones still available.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for them,
we still have them.
Russell says, growing up on Long Island, hey, back in the 80s even, and Gundam, the Shogun Warriors were very popular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those old die-cast Poppy, Popinica, those are precursors to the Bandai run. Those figures were fantastic. I have a holy grail that it's the 1980s version of the Tetsujin 28.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's going for I think $8,000 now in Japan. Yeah, that's a lot of money. What am I reading?
That's a lot of money. What are some of your other holy grails? That's a cool topic to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been collecting for so long, you might have some really interesting ones. What are some other ones you'd want to get?
Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out. I have all of the die-cast Go Ranger figures from 1975.
Wow.
Yeah, they're and I have a couple of the Takatoku vinyls from there. I was upset. I didn't want the pink one, not because she was the girl, but they used the male head for all of them. So I'm just like, it always drove me nuts. I have the original Puppy Leo Paladin from the Tokusatsu Spider-Man series.
Wow.
Yeah, but the chrome is all faded because of air. So they came now. All the chrome parts are kind of like that white ivory look. Yeah, it's just air. I have a lot of the old Super Sentai robots.
Mm-hmm. But what are some of the stuff that you're kind of still looking for that you'd love to get?
Let's see. Well, there was the Puppy or the Godaikin Tetsujin. Mm-hmm. That is a huge big one for me. I have an old story, and I think probably people who know me probably are sick and tired of this story. I saw it on sale. I was 10 at the time, And I was like, Mom, I really want it. It's $65. And, at that time, $65 was big.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was like, wait for Christmas. Christmas rolls around, wait for your birthday. Birthday rolls around, wait for Christmas. Never got it. My mom just poo-pooed it off. I'm not spending $65. So I go to Japan and I see it. And it's the big 1980s Tetsujin. It has elevators in his legs.
Oh, wow.
You take off the die-cast parts. It has the inner workings. And it had 6 missiles. 2 missiles shot out of the chest and 4 spares for kids who would launch them off. This one was missing 4 of the 6. It still had the regular 2 in the chest. I was like, how much is this? And the guy was just like, well, it's missing the 4 missiles, so it's $7,000. And I was just like, Mom, come here for a second. Remember when you didn't want to spend $65?
Wow. Yeah.
And she's just kind of like, well, why don't you sell your car? Thanks, Mom. What else am I looking for? I'll be honest with you. A lot of them are probably mail away or convention exclusive Gundams.
Mm-hmm.
A gold plated one, that was like, I think it's going for $40,000 because it's actually gold. Yeah, I like it. I look at it and I'm like, I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Hong Kong released ones that I've seen. They're like, they have special markings on them. But overall, I've been good. I've been actually, I've been lucky. I've been very lucky to get what I could and having Japanese contacts to get me stuff if I've missed them. That's cool, man. Yeah, you end up paying secondary market prices, but all in all, I don't really have anything. That Tetsujin is still the holy grail, and the King Gridman because I don't have that Dino part.
See, I got 2 from when I was a kid. That one was something I had, and it got broken and whatever. And the other one was something I always wanted as a kid, but my parents, for whatever reason, just always balked on. The first thing was the Shogun Warriors Godzilla. Like, I want a beautiful, pristine one again. Like,
I don't blame you. It's nice.
I really, really want that again. And the second thing is, and now there's versions of this that came out before in Japan, and that's fine. But it's not the one that I saw in person at the store, so it doesn't mean anything. And the other thing I wanted was the Matchbox version of Voltron, Lion Voltron.
Oh, the Go Lion piece, yes.
The combining bigger one. Like I know it was Godaikin, it was Popey, it was all of that before Bandai, and before it was the Matchbox. But it was the Matchbox in that Matchbox box.
It had that artwork.
Yeah, that I really, that to me is my whole, like, whenever I've told people that, it was like, yeah, but that was like, you could have got, there was one that was older, that was like, already released twice or 3 times. And I'm like, I understand.
Right. It's like, everyone has their holy grail.
Right. It doesn't mean as much to me. Like, I could come across that and be like, it's still not that because I want that one in the box, like. So it was one of those things, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that I had to have.
Did Matchbox include all of the stuff that were in like the Popey Godaikin?
I don't think they did.
Really? It had to have at least a sword and a shield, right?
Yeah. Or
yeah.
I think it did, or it was either that or the sword and shield came separately. Like you had to buy, like I remember like a carded sword. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember a carded sword. Was something that was there. Some folks have told us their holy grails. Let's see what they got to say here. David, the Sentinel Giant Gorg and Menon type. I know what the Gorg is, which is nice. I like the Giant Gorg, but I can't remember how Sentinel did it. And
I don't remember
type. I don't know that one. Ghosts, the Hot Toys Tumbler from Batman.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hot Toy stuff is fantastic looking.
He also has Chogo King Grail is the Macross VF01J, the Ichigo Hikaru one. Russell, he
Ooh,
has.
he
the-
has the Shogun.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of folks that have it, you know. Then they had the Rodan to go with him. Yep. I also had a Terron that was battery operated, 8-legged dinosaur that went with the original G.I. Joe line. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that is.
8-legged dinosaur.
Super Mario Zilla says his holy grail is the SH Monster Arts Violante.
Well, that is coming back out as a repainted version.
Right? You're gonna get it, Vinny,
We are
right?
definitely getting that. We are definitely getting that in. So Super Mario Zilla, if you hang on just a few more months, whenever Bandai gets their thing going after the coronavirus things and everything else, we will have that in stock.
Yeah. The Kenner alien figure. My neighbor had the Kenner alien figure, and we used to fight Godzilla versus Alien because they were the same size. Actually, the Shogun Warriors Godzilla and the Alien, they were like the same size. So we used to have it. David had that as well. The SH Monster Arts Grail Ghidorah, King Ghidorah for him.
That's a tough one. We had that in stock for a while. Now it's gone.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anybody else.
The old Alien. The assistant principal took that away from us.
Aw. Cool. Holy Grail since 2017 used to be Kamen Rider X8 Max Gamer and Hyper Muteki Gas Hat set for the belt, but I found it in Japan last year. Good for you, man.
Good. I'm glad you found it. Good for you. Like,
that's awesome. Good. Awesome. I found like a couple of like my smaller grails, and I have like different levels. Like I have like stuff that I like really want, but I've been able to find stuff on Mandarake lately, like of stuff that is not that expensive, you know, but it's just like I've just kind of put them on the back burner, like, you know, a couple of different Chogokin stuff, you know, like they're not that old, to tell you the truth. Like the Black Kiryu and the Camera the Brave. So they're like within the last. Actually, those are, I guess, 15 years old now or so. Anything over 10 years at this point, you know, is kind of like, you know, something that you're gonna have to hunt for. So
I'm glad he got that. That's that's cool. I'm glad. I always feel good when people get their stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
I always do.
I had to pick another grail. It's definitely the Mezco Stealth and Agent Gomez figures. I have the first one. I have the the Toy Fair exclusive Agent Gomez, and that was the only one that I picked up. And that was really, really cool. It's a good figure. But yeah, Samara is getting the Violante repaint.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And a newer grail is the NECA Bio Godzilla. You can get that. So the definition. This is always something that brings up an interesting point, because for me, the definition of a grail is something that's like it's a little bit past your grasp, you know, and you gotta it's gotta have some like emotional resonance to you.
Absolutely.
You know, like something that you've wanted for a bit. Something like that in the NECA Bio Goji, you could actually get in store still. So I wouldn't say, you know, that's like the definition of that, you know?
That's kind of like I want it.
You want it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like the grail, like the stuff I did, you know, it's just like, oh, I see it in front of me. And I look at the price and I'm just kind of like, oh, I got to find some way to.
So what are you looking forward to personally that's coming out in the next few months? Whether you're looking forward to it as a collector or, you know, as your store, like what do you think is going to be something that's really going to like be like, oh man, people are going to jump on that?
Well, yeah, like the store and my own personal collection have there's a synergy to it, obviously.
Same thing with my collection and Ultrazilla. Like I don't really review stuff that I don't want to collect.
Right, or what? Yeah, I mean, there's certain things I buy because I know it's good for the store and I know fans like it, but personally, I wouldn't collect it. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, like mentioned before, I'm super looking forward to the Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78-2 Gundam. I'm like really excited about that. I'm excited about the Master Grade Extended Unicorn Gundam. That's coming out in a few months. I'm looking forward to that. On a personal level, I'm looking forward to getting the Real Action Heroes Kamen Rider 01 figure.
Oh, wow.
12-inch, fully posable, lighting up.
Let me ask you, let's pause it there 1 second, because 01 is something that like every toy like sold out of like that. Like, is there, I mean, I really wanted the SH figure arts of that, but it was like, it came out during that time where I stopped buying anything for a few months.
Yeah, for a little bit, right.
Yeah, and, like, I totally missed out on it. I kept tabs on it in your store, actually. I kept looking, like, it's still there, and right before I said I'm coming back, it was gone off your site. I was like,
God.
And I haven't been able to find it. Like, have you heard anything about maybe, because I know it's not just me, a lot of people can't find that figure, and there was some weirdness to the release of that here in the States with our with the distribution of that figure. Have you heard of maybe that figure coming out again? You know how they do like,
right, like they did like the 20th anniversary rider kicks and all that. 01 has been flying off our shelves. We can't keep anything. The only thing that we still have right now are like the Big Band Presto unit.
Oh wow, that's cool.
01s, like we have those. Cool. We have we have the Vulcan that you can see over here, which I didn't open yet. But as far as the SH figure arts line goes, bam, 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 bam. They just go out. The show was incredibly popular. The designs on the toys were incredible.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Designs are, when they're good, they're good. Like the designs of the new one right now, I do like.
Oh, Saber. Yeah.
I like the one that's a Buster Saber.
Everyone loves Buster because he looks kind of like he's bulky. He's got the big sword.
Looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Saber.
Yeah, but as a character, I'm not fond of him.
Oh no, okay. I don't know anything about the character. Just the look is something I like.
Yeah. Like I said, like my executive VP Michael Holler said, he said we can't keep any 01 things like within seconds on the shelf. I put it up on the site, gone. We had the mail away Kamen Rider Valkyrie, which is the only female figure in the line. I think she lasted a minute.
Wow.
Right? We sold out of the quote unquote villain ones, the Horobi and the Flying Falcon. There was such a demand, I couldn't even put them up because like my regular customers were like, I need one. I was just like, okay, give me a few seconds. And it got to a point where I was just like, if I put them up and like everybody would just kind of fight for it. And I haven't seen this kind of reaction for figure arts since the demand for Kamen Rider build stuff. They still make new versions of build, like all the various costumes. So I'm hoping with the popularity of 01 that they will re-release the basic 01 figure. I certainly could use some.
Yeah, there's one that I think there's a 01 that's an exclusive that just came out that looks really cool too.
The Shining Assault Hopper?
Yeah.
He's like, yes. All those mailaways.
That one looks really nice.
We get them and they go.
I wouldn't mind getting that one too. That's really cool. And for me, I don't really watch Kamen Rider. So it's like I just every once in a while there's a design that I pay attention to everything. So like
you're artistic guys.
Yeah, like I love the designs of Kamen Rider. So when there's a design that I like, I usually try to get it. It's just that 01 just came out in those months where I just couldn't buy anything. So I was just like, so it was one of those 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 crazy.
Yeah, Saber's design's kind of weird. So
yeah, I hope I get it too someday. I'm not gonna overpay because that's another thing. It's like I'm not super into the line, so it's like
right.
If I can't get it for like retail, I'm probably not gonna go in for it because there's other things that I just rather spend the money on.
Yeah, his design. Yeah, his design is fantastic.
So I did not, David. You see this? This figure, CCS Toys Gurren Lagann. It's
we didn't get it.
beautiful. It's a beautiful like Chogokin type of figure of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I did not pre-order it at all. And it's a little pricey, so I'm kind of trying not to get too many super pricey figures. Like the Daltanius that I just picked up from Ray last week is like probably the most that I'm spending on anything for a little while. Like I'm gonna, I'd rather, because I have, I'm reviewing stuff, and because I am on a budget, like it's better for me personally to like stretch out the money, like a lot of figures, rather than like a lot, more bigger priced figures, because I need stuff to review more than anything. So
right, you collect a whole wide gamut of things. So yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, so I'm trying. As much as I want that figure, it does look incredible. I saw a couple of reviews already, and it looks gorgeous. I can't do it right now, so. It is what it is. Oh, what's this? All right, we were talking about Terron before. Terron toy looked like Tundral the Tremendous from the Herculoids cartoon, and I still don't remember what that looks like.
It's like a kind of like a Triceratops, but it only has like one horn. And Tundral used to shoot like balls out of his head. He had like multiple. He had like a lot of feet, and he'd rumble, and
All right. Got a question for you here from Ghost. Ray, thoughts on Gundam Build Drivers Rise? It has really good model kits, and the series did a 180. Started boring and went insanely good at the end.
The designs in Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise they're really nice because, unlike the other Build Divers shows, I think that they kind of understood that. The aesthetic of design that sometimes less is more. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the designs that were in it, they weren't overly done. Like they didn't have like a gajillion things sticking out. And I think the designs in Build Divers Re-Rise is a lot better than a lot of the Build Divers that came before it, other than the first one. Because I think they kind of realized that you don't want to design Gundams that are so far away from the source material that you're like, what is this? Oh, it's a Gundam. I'm like, it doesn't look like one.
Yeah. Is this the new?
I'm sorry. Yes, this is an animated show.
No, is this the latest?
Yes, Re-Rise is the latest. Okay. Yes, I think it just finished season 2. I think.
I haven't really. I gotta say, I've watched like a million clips of Gundam. But I've never watched a full show. Ever.
It's interesting.
Yeah, never. I think I told you that once. I think you asked me if I wanted to go see one of the movies.
Counterattack.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know, like, because I'm kind of like Kamen Rider. I like Gundams for the aesthetic more than anything. I like the robots a lot. But yeah, I'm curious to check out some shows. What would you guys recommend?
Well, me or the fans?
Already? Yeah, first you, sir. We're talking to you.
Well, I mean, I know the artwork is a little dated because it came out in 1979, but you really have to start with the original. It's kind of like starting Star Wars, and you don't start with 4, 5, 6. You really have to start with, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, those guys, and then you kind of go on to the other fringes. You really have to start with the original Gundam, because if you don't understand that, you're not really going to get the aesthetic of the rest of the series. And because that one starts the most popular timeline, which is the Universal Century timeline.
Okay.
That's kind of like the main timeline. There's a lot of alternate timelines, which Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise is an alternate universe. Gundam Seed had its own universe. Gundam Wing, the one that came here, that was an alternate universe. They don't connect with the Universal Century. The Universal Century is the gritty war thing, the realism, less about fantastic super robot type of things and more grunt work. You see the robots are dirty, they run out of ammunition or fuel, and they're damaged. They're soldiers, and it's always about the horror of war and what you don't gain from it. And I think that's why the Universal Century is always the most popular timeline.
It's good to know. Ghost recommends Gundam 00. Or
that's an alternate timeline. That's like a separate timeline unto itself. So if you watch Gundam 00 all the way through, it doesn't fit the Universal Century, but it's quite good.
Okay. Russell says if I get a chance to watch some of those Herculoids cartoons, always had great creatures and monsters. And I remember it from when I was a kid, but like not like super, super well.
I was a big Hanna-Barbera guy, so I know all those guys.
Yeah. See. Have you thought about getting the Studio Series Voyager class Sentinel Prime? I actually have thought about getting, because it does look really cool, but I haven't gotten any Studio Series past building Devastator, and that took me like over a year to build. So right now I'm okay with Studio Series, though I do know that they're going to the 1986 movie now, so that's going to be part of it. No more Bayverse. It's going to be the 86 animated Transformers movie that they're making accurate figures of. So that's going to be where Studio Series goes. I'm curious to see about how that looks. So, I'm probably more into getting that right now than the Bayverse stuff. But that's pretty cool. Ray, I got to ask you, what do you think of, and no one's going to care about this but us, but
yeah,
thoughts.
I know you're going to ask me.
Thoughts on the Yankees loss last night? Me and Ray are big Yankees fans.
It's 10% Boone's fault. It's 10% not hitting.
Yeah.
And it's 80% Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
That's what
he has brain farts. That's for sure.
He's not
Oh, someone cares. Somebody cares.
Hey, thank you. Or baseball fan. Sorry,
yeah.
I can't say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, and we've talked about this. He's all about speed. Throw it, bam, 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 bam. But there's no control. Yeah. And I don't think he's an instinctive baseball player. So, like, if the ball goes past Gary Sanchez, which he usually does, Aroldis will not cover home.
Yeah.
He'll just stand there. I'm screaming at the TV, cover home!
Brain farts. I'm telling you, the dude is just like, he just blanks out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's no good. I wanted them to keep Andrew Miller.
Yeah, me too.
I was a huge Andrew Miller fan. I was a huge Austin Romine fan.
Yeah.
Sanchez is useless now.
Yeah. It was depressing, but I have to say, it was poetic that it was Marc Rousseau that did it. Because it really was. If they're gonna lose, that was the way to lose, because Aroldis Chapman deserved it.
Yeah, he flung at his head. But then again, it's also Boone. You had guys in the bullpen.
Yeah.
You had Britton.
He brought him in too early. I don't know what he was doing. So, anywho, I don't want to bore everybody with that, but I definitely wanted your thoughts, because I know it was tough. Us as New Yorkers, we really could have used the boost.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Congrats to Tampa Bay. Please kill the Astros is all I could say.
That's it. Beat the Astros.
The Astros.
And whoever wins in the AL, I'm rooting, because the Dodgers will choke again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dodgers fans.
Yeah. That is what it is. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end it here. It's been a good. We're approaching 1 hour here right now, so I think that's a nice enough chat with Mr. Raymond Louis of Muteki Sales. I really thank you for being on, sir.
Hey, yeah, thank you. I appreciate the thing, and I'd like to give thank you for always supporting the fans that are here. I'd like to give a shout out to my crew that's always at Comic-Con. I've got them, my brother David, Mike, I got Tack, Tony, Dolston. I'd like to give a big shout out to my new creative director who did our new logo.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that, and I want to apologize too because I said I was going to do a logo for you like 2 years ago.
That's thank you, I appreciate it. Once again, another customer who became a friend, Brendan Fremantle. His
very nice logo.
Yeah, it's a beautiful logo. It's a brand new design. He's not a common writer that is identifiable. It's like an amalgam of things.
He's the Muteki Sales common writer. He's the Muteki Sales writer.
Yes, he's actually common writer Muteki.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right, and he's a awesome tattoo artist. He's at on Instagram. He's at Lord Bregaton.
Cool.
And he designed this out of the goodness of his heart. He just came out one day and said, "Here you go," and I was just like, I'm awed. Yeah. So that was great. Like I said, all the fans that have been, coming to New York Comic-Con, thank you very much. We get repeat customers. Hopefully, I was very happy to do this. I'm always happy to talk to you, Sal. You're very good.
Glad you came on because I felt like this was I was like thinking about, I'm like, man, what can we do for New York Comic-Con? And I'm like, let's talk to Ray. It's like we always talk to Ray during New York Comic-Con. We always have him on. I'm like, I got to shine the spotlight again. So.
Thank you. You know what? Yeah, like I said, I'm so happy that we met. Once I saw your name, I was just like, that's the DC guy.
Yeah. Too bad I'm not doing anything for DC right now.
Yeah, no, but that's how we met, and that's how. Yeah,
still working in comics, but just not for DC right now.
Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. And like I said, all the customers that come back, all our new customers, thank you you very much. I mean,
guys, really check them out. Once again, MutekiSales.com. The link is there, so check them out. If you ever have any questions, there is a contact, section there. So feel free to message Ray, and they'll get back to you right away. They'll get back to you guys. If you guys need anything, let them know if you're looking for something. You never
whatever
know.
you guys are looking for, or anything that in our line that you have a question about. It could be even a question about something we have. You're like, does it do this? Does it? We will answer those immediately. So
very good. All right, Ray, that's it. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining us. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.